And I think that Georgia really sent the message because I think people kind of took Notre Dame for granted.
Sure, yeah.
Because they didn't believe in that number 7 ranking coming into that game.
Right, and that 14-point favorite showed you just what people
right,
thought.
Exactly. And even Las Vegas didn't believe in
right.
it. So I think that when you have a game of this magnitude and you have Notre Dame coming in like they did and playing like they did, I was saying that at least for that first half, they're going to look like they belong.
They did, yes.
But in that second half, you start to see, okay, then Georgia, because Jake Fromm had a look on his face. I never forget it. At the end of the third quarter, you know, they go out and hold up the fours and everything like that. Like, fourth quarter, it's time to go. He had a look on his face saying, you know what, we got this.
It's go time.
It's go time. And I think in order for Georgia to really take it to another level, they're going to start putting the ball in 11's hands. That's Jake Fromm. They have to trust him and let him know that he's going to make the right decision with the football because he's proved it time and time again. In those situations, he is going to flourish.
Defensively, they're going to have to get pressure up front and force Matt Stafford to make mistakes. And the only way they can do that is you have number 56, number 97, and those guys in group with each other and getting that pressure up front. And I think that Dante Fowler needs to confirm why the Falcons paid him that money in this offseason. And offensively, if the offensive line can continue to stay consistent and get 4 yards a pop with Todd Gurley possibly getting involved in the pass game, maybe, possibly, Dirk Cutter, hey, it's possible. I think the Falcons can get another win.
And we know that Aaron Rodgers and Aaron Jones have had a field day on their way to a 3-0 start. So what is it that we need to see on the defensive side to at least contain Rodgers and maybe make sure that Aaron Jones is not that running back who not only is effective in the run game, but is also effective in the passing game as well?
I think from Aaron Rodgers' standpoint, I think they're going to have to send Deion Jones. They're going to play around with it a little bit. Don't be too obvious in what their coverage is going to be. And Deion Jones could possibly check out of some stuff. When Aaron Rodgers checked, he checks. You saw that stuff with Ray Lewis. Ray Lewis used to play those mind games as well with the guys like Peyton Manning or those guys of that ilk. So, and also from a coverage standpoint, he's used to covering elite backs out of the backfield in NFC South. Because we know Alvin Kamara and Christian McCaffrey is enough said, right? So I think that he'll be ready for that task. And if he is, and if he's able to be successful, get that pressure, and handle Aaron Jones coming out of the backfield, I think this Falcons defense could be in a good position to try to possibly slow this team down.
And we know that the Falcons are also trying out various kickers so that they can hopefully shore up the kicking game ahead of Monday in order to avoid their first 0-4 start since the 1999 season. From Flowery Branch, I'm Tenitra Batiste with Jarvis Davis for 92.9 The Game.
I'm Jarvis Davis. The Atlanta Falcons coming off a dominating performance against the Carolina Panthers in the run game. The Falcons rushed for 159 yards, averaging 5 yards a clip. One key reason for that was the return of Chris Lindstrom. I got a chance to ask Quinn about Lindstrom's play, and he told me that he plays with the quickness of a much smaller man, which allows him to get into players and get those blocks sealed off inside. Quinn also said that there will be no limitations as far as his reps going into the matchup against the vaunted defense of the San Francisco 49ers. Reporting from Flowery Branch, I'm Jarvis Davis for 99 The Game.
This is the bird's eye view, and I'm Jarvis Davis. The Atlanta Falcons have had some time to reflect coming off a loss against the Seattle Seahawks. Raheem Morris said today that he takes responsibility for the defensive game plan, and he probably should have given the guys the ability to affect the quarterback more mentally. First of all, offensively, they have to be balanced. And I talked to Dan Quinn this week, and he talked about how in order for them to be successful on offense, they have to get that pass-to-run ratio almost even. Last week against the Steelers, it was 45-19. So we know that is not a recipe for success. Second of all, as a former defensive lineman, you all know it will touch my soul if the Falcons don't get any pressure on Jameis Winston. If he hasn't had that pressure against the Falcons, he has been very, very successful. So we know if Jameis Winston is upright and there's no pressure today, there's a good chance the Falcons may lose this game.